Today's box card is the Maple Leaves box card. The Maple Leaves box card is from the Sweater Weather set from svgcuts.com. As usual, all of the graphics are from designbundles.net, and I went by their suggestion of the plaid for the red one. The leaves are supposed to be red, yellow, and orange. So I did, and then this one is brown. So I did the plaid one from. It's actually from a pad that I bought from Michaels from Recollections. So that one, and actually this one from the back, are from Recollections. But all of the rest of the graphics, these two basically, are from designbundles.net. This one is a what do you call it? Burlap, like burlap sack. And this one I figured, because it's from the Sweater Weather, and also because I couldn't really find an orange color that I liked, so I just took from one of the knits packs that I have from designbundles.net. And then here's the one from the back. It's supposed to be a brown pattern, but that's the one that I had, so that's the one I chose. And I mean, it's a nice card. It's a huge card, but let's just go ahead and start making it. Okay, so these are the material or the tools that I'm going to be working with. I have my glue, but I have bought these little bottles with these metal tips that the glue can come out. I had to put a little bit of water in there to make it easier to squeeze, because this stuff is so thick. You have to go to the gym just to be able to squeeze the glue out of there. And also it will make it go on easier. And so I've already used it, and I haven't really had a problem. I put a little bit more water in it than I'd like, but then I put more glue in there and it came out fine. So then I have my Zots and my button, and then I have my double stick tape. I need two different sizes, and then my scissors, and of course I have my safety pin to clear out the glue tip just in case it gets clogged. And so that's it for my tools. This card shouldn't be that difficult to make. I mean, it's not going to take that long. Here is the left side, number 1. Here's the front, number 2, and here's the right side, number 3, and then here's the back, number 4, and here's the insert. So these this one has a perforation right here where it's supposed to fold, and then again on right here. Yeah, I can tell because you can kind of see the line, or the lines. So it's going to be sitting on in the card like this. This is basically what is going to be sitting on the desk. And so I find it easier to fold these on both pieces, so that when I put them on here, it's easier to line them up. I guess you can put glue on those pieces, but you don't have to, because I mean, not until after the card is put together. It'll probably just be easier, but actually I think it's a better idea if you don't, because I've already made 3 of these cards, and it does get a little stiff with the glue, because these pieces are going to be glued up against these pieces. So it's probably easier to just leave the glue off of those. So let me just go ahead and open my glue. And oh, these bottles, by the way, I got on Amazon. I think it was like $5 or $6, and it has like 6 bottles. It has 6 of these lids, or whatever they're called, and then it's got 3 different tips, and there are 3 of each of the different tips. And then there's this one, I guess, is gray, and then there's green and pink, and each one has 3 different three tips extras. So that's just going to go on there, and it doesn't go on and then like tighten it. I don't know if these are meant to be like that, but it doesn't come out, so it's fine. So I did that. I bought these because squeezing this glue out of here is so difficult. I mean, out of the Elmer's bottle. And also because there are going to be some pieces that I'm going to be making for other cards that are going to be so tiny that I need to have these tips to make it so that I can squeeze out the exact amount of glue that I need, so it's not too much glue. And also I think that using these tips will make it so that I don't put out too much glue when I really need to just put a little tiny bit of glue out, so that it doesn't spread too much out from under the paper. So that's that one. And I said in the intro, I chose this plaid based on the fact that they used that kind of paper. And then this one was actually, this one is not perforated at all. I don't know why. So, but these are. But I chose this one because it's they didn't use plaid for the yellow, and I was looking for something yellow, and this is what I found, and I liked it. So, so these 2 pieces, where are they? So this here, and this here are not perforated, but I'm going to try and avoid putting glue in those spots. So anyway, I have a lot of different patterns that, oops, I already got it on there. A lot of different patterns. I have little tiny pieces, and it's just easier to use this kind of applicator with a fine tip. And this is a nice card. I'm not really that into the whole leaves thing, but you know, I'm sure some people are, and I've never gotten a box card, so I don't know, if somebody sent me this, I would probably feel appreciated or appreciative that they thought of me. Oh, and also they SVG Cuts, they inked this. They inked where the cuts are, because you'll see these are cut in these spots. So they inked this one, but I don't know, I just didn't feel like inking anything on this card. I'm just going to fold this to fold the paper. Okay, now I'm going to do this one, and this one is perforated. I don't know why they didn't add the perforation for that one, but that's fine. Maybe they didn't, it just didn't come through. I have no idea, but I didn't see it in the file. And when I watered the glue down, I actually put the glue in here, and then I was you know, gluing the pieces for the other leaf cards, and it was coming out so hard. And I mean, it was so hard to you know, squeeze the bottle, because that glue is so thick, that I just decided I need to put a little tiny bit of water in there. And then I used a actually I used a pencil to stir it in there. so that it would mix with the glue. And I put a little bit too much water in there, so I ended up having to pour a little bit more glue in there and use use a pencil again. So that's those. And I think I've got the perfect consistency, but when I run out, I'm going to have to do the whole thing again. Okay, this one is perforated right here and here, and I'm folding them upwards because when they're on here, they're going to be folded, or the folds are going to be on the outside, and you'll see when I make it. And this one is perforated, I think. Yes, no, I guess not. I don't know why some things are perforated and others are not. So that goes seems like that would go there. Yeah. So these two pieces are the parts that I don't want to get glue on. And I think it comes out pretty good. Not too difficult, although it does still take a little bit of squeezing to get it out. It was this way. Oops. And I have my trusty paper towel for messes like that. And putting the water in there kind of, or not, I'm sorry, not water, what am I thinking? Using the applicator, the thin applicator, makes it so that not as much glue comes out, which means when I try to, or when I put the glue on, if I have to move the piece, it doesn't have that much liquid, so that it can still move around a little, but it can still move around a tiny bit, but because I'm using less glue, it dries faster, so it makes it kind of difficult to adjust if I have to. Okay. I think I did get a little bit of the glue on this. That's fine. Okay, so I'm going to start. Oh, I can put this one together while I'm at it. And it's just these 5 pieces basically. So this goes in the back. Oh, that scraping sound. It's kind of like nails on a chalkboard. There's a little bit of glue in there. Okay, and so when I put these together, it's easy to know where I'm going to put the glue on here. It's easy to know where to put the glue on because of these V's. So and then of course I'm going to have to put the glue on where the stems go. So that just makes it easier to know exactly where the stems are. And this is also a case of why I need to have the thin applicator, because I don't want to put too much on the stem parts of this. Just have to make sure I just push everything down. Seems good. Okay. So that can sit there and dry. And I'm going to put these pieces together. So this one is the left, so this one is going to attach right here. So I'm just going to hold them up together, and then I'll peel that one back and just put the glue on one side, and then just squeeze them together until they bond. And since I'm not using so much glue, it bonds faster. And since I'm not using so much glue, I'm not going to run out, because I have, this is the, what number is this, 5? Yeah, this is number 5. And when I poured the glue from this into that bottle, it was up to here. This bottle was up to here. So I've used that much glue on 4 cards. So that's why I want the applicator, because I'm using way too much glue, and I shouldn't need that much glue for these cards. And I'm glad that the glue was not that expensive, but when I was using the what is it called, Bearly Art glue, this is empty. This bottle, when I first bought Bearly Art glue, I had this bottle plus well, here's the little one, but then I had a 4-ounce bottle, I think. This is 2 ounce. Yeah, I had a 4-ounce bottle, I think, and that literally lasted me for, I don't know, 8 months. And this lasted me for 4 cards. Well, I mean 4 times 5 each. So I've got to calm down on my glue usage. So that's another reason I wanted the applicators, because it'll hopefully mean that I'm not going to use so much glue. And honestly, I don't know how I went through that much glue. But I started with these. I started with the Elmers with the Thanksgiving cards. I didn't use the Elmers for any of the Halloween cards. And I've used almost an entire bottle. And this is only design number 5. Okay, so that part's together. Now this part, if I can pick it up, that goes here. And I'm trying to be careful, because it is possible that these will just unglue while I'm holding this. Okay, so this goes here. Oops. This is not a traditional, I mean, traditional in the sense that the other ones are actual boxes. This is a box card, but it's in like a shape of a leaf. I've never done that before. This is the first time I've made a box card that has these, that the pieces, that there are 4 pieces and it all glues on with just these tips. All of the other ones that I've made are actual, they look like actual boxes. So this is the first time I've experienced this. Okay, now I can glue this to here. And this is such a tiny, a tiny area to put glue on. Okay, so now it's going to be like that. This is the back, so this is what I'm going to see. And so when it folds, these are going to go like that. So they're going to be like that in the envelope. Or you could fold it this way and it's going to be the same deal. So, and then I'm just going to open it up. And I'm going to put the insert in, which this was a difficult one to put this in because when I put this on the other ones, it for some reason I couldn't line it up, and it got glue all over the card on the inside. So hopefully I can do this without messing it up or getting glue all over the place. Okay, so this has to line up on this side. So that just lines up against the back. And then this side, oh thank goodness I didn't get glue everywhere. This side, the same thing, which is the same with all the box cards. Just lines up against the back. If I can see it here. And I'm used to having cards that have like 2 inserts. This only has 1, but there are some box cards that only have 1. It doesn't make it any less of a card just because it doesn't have 2 or 3 inserts. So that's the way this card's going to be put together. This is the way it's going to look. And I haven't put any buttons on any of these. And I haven't really thought about where I'm going to put one, but I think that right on the front would be fine. Normally I just put it on the back, or if I have a card that has a flap, I'll put it on the flap. Oh, this needs to be pressed down a little more. There's not really much room on the back here, so it will end up, oops, it'll end up covering something. So maybe right here. Let me see, I guess I can put it right here. And I mentioned on some of my videos that that Mary from SVG Cuts just like peeled it off. It was no big deal. And so I thought, okay, oops, it just came off. You have to do it fast, but it will come off. Maybe I shouldn't put it in the front. I don't know. I think this should just go on the back. I don't want to put it on the front because I'm afraid that if I put it on the front, it's gonna mess up the front. If whoever takes that sticky thing off, if they take the button off, they're gonna end up peeling something off that's not supposed to come off. Okay, I'm gonna do my envelope, but first I have a rant. Okay, I'm gonna go on a rant about the envelope because this envelope is humongous. I mean, this is how big it is. The card fits right in here, but look how big the envelope is. This is like almost the size of a magazine. I went into Inkscape, which is what I usually do, to set everything up for in the SVG file before I go over to Cricut Design Space, so that I can set everything up the way it will look when I glue the pieces together, to make it easier for myself. And so I saw that the envelope was broken up into 5 pieces, and I thought, well, I hate that. I've gotten many cards from svgcuts.com that have the envelope in 5 pieces, and I'm usually able to put the pieces together in Inkscape, and then when I transfer it over to when I transfer it over to Cricut Design Space, it all works out, and I'm able to resize everything based on the envelope size being 11.5 by 11.5. But this one, when I had resized everything, it made the I went to go cut it, and it made the leaves about this small. So that was not good. So I thought, well, I guess I'm gonna have to just do it the full size, the way they do it, or the way they meant for this to be, because I don't want a little tiny box card. That's not what I do. I don't make tiny box cards. I make nice big box cards, but I've never made a box card where the envelope was this big. So let me get back to putting the envelope together. Rant over. Okay, so here's my envelope, and I have my 2 sizes of my tape. So what I have to do is just fold these a little bit, and so this will go on the left, and so I'm going to use, instead of glue, I'm going to use this. It's just going to be easier. I could use I have 3 sizes of this tape, but I already tried that the size that the next size up from this, and it's too big, so it's easier to just do the little size. It's hard to get it off my finger when I take it off the scissors. And then, so I'm going to peel or fold this back. Oops, I think that went over a little bit. Let me see if I can peel it or bring it up. Yeah, that's fine. All right. Okay, so I guess I should be thankful for something, since I haven't said that this whole time. Well, let me think. What should I be thankful for now? I mean, there are a lot of things to be thankful for. certainly thankful that I have, I think I already said I'm thankful for the Cricut and the craft supplies and all that stuff, and I'm thankful for having the ability to make things, and an Etsy shop and so on. And I've already thanked you for watching. I'm thankful for the house, food, my life partner. What else? I said I was thankful for not having certain people in my life. And here's the bottom part. I mean, it doesn't really matter which side, but I look for which side was cut. I mean, what side the paper or the Cricut cut the paper. I'm thankful for the health care that I have, because I have cataracts in my right eye, and it makes it really difficult to see. Although sometimes when I'm just sitting here, I can see perfectly fine. But when I'm outside, I can't see anything at all. I mean, I can, but it's just harder outside, especially in the daytime. And I'm going to have eye surgery. I'm actually having eye surgery on November 30th, or somewhere around there. So I was supposed to have the surgery the day before Thanksgiving, and I don't know if I wanted to do that. Okay, so this part is going to be tricky. So I'm going to, let's see, I'll put these sides on. Okay, so this side goes here. So let's see. I gotta use this tool to, it makes it easier to peel these off. So I'm just going to you can hear the car going by. I'm just going to hold this as straight as I can. I really hate these kinds of envelopes that I try to avoid. When I make these, or when I put the the files in Cricut Design Space, I combine all the pieces in Inkscape, because I really hate having to go through this with the 5 pieces of envelope. And also it allows me to cut one thing instead of having to cut 5 things, and it's just so much easier to not have to go through this. I mean, I can see the appeal. You can have the white front for, you know, so you could write your shipping stuff there, and they can stamp it because it's white, and then you just use patterns on this side. But I don't know, I just prefer to just have it all white. Okay, so now this is the problem that I'm having. This one is sticking out too far, and this side is too high. Okay, and I have to remember that when I fold it this way, this is the top, so this part has to be at the bottom. Okay. Oh. Yeah, let's put it on right, shall we? to line it up so it goes on right, and that's, shoot. Another reason I hate these kinds of envelopes. Okay, that's good. And also, the last envelope that I made, I accidentally put these on the outside of this part. So this one I have to redo. So when I do these, I'm going to put the sticky, let's see, I could probably go ahead and, well, actually I can just glue it on like I always do. I mean, with the other envelopes, I always glue them, so that I can glue this one. The other one, the other four, I use the sticky tape, and I can just use glue. Okay, so this one is going to go on like that, so I'm going to flip it over. Line it up. Okay. This is a humongous envelope. So this one, I'm going to use this bigger tape for the flap, and I'm just going to go across the top right here. I'm not going to put any on the sides, just the top. And that's it for the double stick tape. I'm going to glue, preferably on the correct side. And then I'm going to go on the side. And the envelope's on together. And this is going to be the biggest envelope I've ever made. So, card goes in like this, and I got my button on the back. So this one is going to need extra postage because of the size of the envelope. I mean, all of these cards really need extra postage because of the thickness, because an envelope has to be a certain thickness to be able to mail. So this one is going to be extra because of the size of the envelope, because it's too tall, it's too long, whatever. So these, as long as you can make it so that these sit down flat, then it's fine. And that's this box card. And I guess I did not settle on what I was thankful for, because I've pretty much said what I'm thankful for on a lot of things. And I can't really think of anything else. So I guess I'm just thankful for everything. So anyway, I will catch you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.